We're at the Houston Downtown YMCA in Houston, Texas for the 1989 championships, the United States National Singles Racquetball Championships. Good evening, everyone. I'm Greg Lucas, along with Steve Strandemo, noted racquetball coach and racquetball expert. He'll be joining me alongside as we describe both the women's singles and the men's singles championships in the open division. And Steve, it's been yet another big year here in 1989 with some of the top names, and we're going to see some of the top names in these championships we're talking about. As an example, in the women's singles, which we'll be taking a look at first, Cindy Doyle will be going against Michelle Gilman. Cindy Doyle is an up-and-comer.
Cindy's an excellent player. She looked really good yesterday against Tony Bevlock in the semifinals. Very strong, very aggressive. Looks like she has a real want and desire to compete and win this championship this year.
Both of these competitors, we must add, know each other very well, as a matter of fact, because Michelle Gilman and Cindy are doubles partners, but they know each other, and yet at the same token, Cindy maybe doesn't know her well enough.
Well, Michelle, they've had a lot of battles in the past. I think they've played 5 or 6 times, and Michelle has won every one of those games. Last year, she was a little nervous, I think, playing in the finals against Tony Bevlock, but I think with that year of experience, could be a tremendous finals.
They've played each other before. They're doubles partners. We'll see how it works out, certainly, when that match gets underway. That'll be coming up first. Following that, we're going to take a look at the men's singles in the Open Championship. We must mention that the Open, just one of many championships that were contested this week here in Houston. We're going to see the unseeded Tim Doyle, and if that name sounds familiar, yeah, he's the brother. And what kind of a man can we expect from Tim Doyle? Kind of play?
Well, Tim's a super player. He's a really strong player, strong serve. Unseeded is kind of different because there's so many good players down here that you may be unseeded, but still very, very established, and should present himself very well in the finals, and probably will do very well.
It's going to be tough though, because he's going against Andy Roberts. Not only did Roberts win this thing last year, but he is experienced. He knows what the finals are all about.
Well, he's been here in the past. He's won last year. He looked very strong last year. I've seen him play a little bit this week. He's just as strong, so he's going to be tough to contend with.
We'll also be taking a look at a little exhibition of some of the visually impaired players that will show us what they can do on the court as well. You stay with us. We'll get the action underway after we take this time out from the Houston YMCA. Greg Lucas here, along with Luke St. Onge, the executive director of the American Amateur Racquetball Association. Luke, what's going on with the organization these days?
This has been a real banner year for our sport. We became a full medal sport in the Pan American Games. We became a full medal sport in the Olympic Festival this summer in Oklahoma City. And above all, we became a Group A member within the United States Olympic Committee. This lends our sport the credibility that it needs to take it to every part of the United States. And above all, we're dealing in the mental and physical well-being of our people. And racquetball, as you well know, is a lifetime sport, and we're very, very excited to be a part of these tremendous events that will spread the word. We are interested very much in having people contact us concerning any part of the sport, and they can contact us at 815 North Wetter, Colorado Springs, Colorado, 80903.
June on Home Sports Entertainment means fun in the sun. Major League Baseball swings into the summer with a great American and National League lineup featuring the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers. The Astros host the Dodgers, Padres, and Giants in 3 key Western Division matchups, while the Rangers take on Chicago, Oakland, California, Cleveland, and Seattle. In June, HSE debuts the newest sports talk show on cable, Tailgate Party. This audience participation show will feature nationally known sports figures, as well as some not-so-nationally known sports figures. For golfing fans, HSE goes abroad for the Dunhill British Masters from Woburn, England, featuring defending champion Sandy Lyle. We've also got Australian rules football, pro beach volleyball, the pin and chase, professional tennis, the Bing Crosby Celebrity Golf Tournament, and more in June on Home Sports Entertainment, where the game's on us.
At the downtown YMCA in Houston, Texas, we're just about set to get this match underway. Referee Otto Dietrich going over some instructions with the competitors in this women's singles championship. Michelle Gilman, the number 2 seed in the tournament, already a member of the national team, taking on Cindy Doyle in the women's singles championship as we pick up the action.
Side out to Michelle.
Side out. Nice little rally.
Notice that the ball jumps back in the middle to Michelle, right where she wants it. She hits it a little bit too far to the right on the right wall. Comes back to Sydney, and she drives it back down that right wall.
Michelle Gilman had a tough semi. She had to defeat Kay Coolfield 15-13, 10-15, 11-1. So she had to go into that third game. Cindy Doyle had an easy, relatively easy win over Tony Bevlak, last year's champ, 15-9, 15-5. Side out again. Still 3 serving 0. Take a look at that last play.
That's a shot that a lot of people have started to come up and use very effectively. Cindy comes up and short hops the ball just as the ball passes the dotted line, hits it into the low zone for 2 bounces before Michelle can get it.
The ball hits some water and skid. A wet ball serve.
Called that a skip, so it'll be second serve.
First serve. Score is 0, serving 3.
That skipped. So it's a point. 3-1.
1 serving 3.
Or 1 serving 3 is the 1 is that of. Now she's closing it down a little bit. 2 serving 3.
2 serving 3.
Side out. We'll take a break and return.
Watch Michelle's on that backhand. She goes back to the back wall and sets up very nicely and drives the ball across court.
Second serve.
Three, 3.
Score is 3, serving 3.
Cindy had that lob serve pick off the sidewall, and it set up Michelle far too easy for that, and she kind of sidewall pinch spotted that ball for a side out.
You have a contact lens problem, I think, right now. Cindy's got a contact lens problem, so she is going to leave the court and have that taken care of. We're even at 3-3, and again, she's going to have to take a break. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea if we took one here too, because we're going to have a delay. She is going to go get a mirror to get the contact lens taken care of. We'll take a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
The most recommended name in racquetball. Do you know how to legally block your opponent?
The move would be like this. Right behind, left to the side with a good hit. She's out of the way, right wall shot.
No player in racquetball history has played top-level racquetball so consistently and for so many years as Steve Strandamo. His well-known adult instructional camps have helped thousands of players across the country, and his innovative teaching methods are the standard for all racquetball instruction. For a free brochure, write today to Strandamo Racquetball Academy, Coronado, California.
Call 1-900-CAN-I-WIN from a touch-tone phone. Answer 6 sports trivia questions and win $100. Championship Sports Trivia. 1-900-CAN-I-WIN. 95 cents per minute based on a 4-minute call.
Learn pool from the best. Never before have these 16 world champion players been gathered at one time to teach you the art of pool. Learn all the shots from the best players in the world. Breaks, banks, defense, positions, angles, even the masse. 16 pool wizards let you in on their brand of magic. World champion, top-ranked players like #1 in the world Mike Siegel, Jimmy King James Rempe, Laurie John Jones, Pretty Boy Floyd Mattia, Ava Mattia, and the rest of the best. The most amazing video on pool ever available. You'll learn to shoot like the pros. A once-in-a-lifetime chance to find out what the champs have known for years. Play pool like you've never played before.
To order your video of Learn from the Best, call 1-800-262-6600. That's 1-800-262-6600. Or send $24.95 plus $3 shipping and handling to Learn from the Best. P.O. Box 2424A, Grand Central Station, New York, New York, 10163. Visa, MasterCard, and American Express accepted. Order now. Call 1-800-262-6600.
Contact lens problem taken care of. We're about set to resume action. We're all even at 3. Gilman serving.
We're ready to resume play. Michelle Gilman serving. First game. Score is 3-3.
4-3.
Score is 4, serving 3. Second serve.
Point goes 5-3. Remember, it was 3-0, and Doyle came back to even it. Now Gilman on top 5-3. Short. That was a nice kill in the corner. 6-3.
It's a nice Z serve by Michelle. She comes in, Z serve to the back left corner, looks over her left shoulder. Excellent. Excellent for people to emulate that kind of emotion. Protects the front of her body, Still looks over her shoulder to see Cindy hit the ball.
Second serve.
That was called a screen serve. Couldn't see it, so it's second serve.
Side out.
That's a serve that came off the side wall, and Cindy really didn't have much room, and she kind of snuck it down the right wall, and it might have even been mishit, but it made that front wall, it bounced twice, gave her a side out.
Skipped it, so the point makes it 4 serving 6.
Serving 6.
Five serving 6.
There's a little bit of action in the center of the court. Cindy had a down the line shot or a pinch. She chose the pinch on the right wall and executed it very nicely.
Bounces. Side out.
Six, 5. Point 7-5.
7. Serving 5.
Nice rally. That killed it.
Great pinch in the front left corner. She reverse pinched that ball with Cindy on her left side and pinched it over towards the right wall for 2 bounces and a point.
8-5.
Both the players are getting a little loosened up right now. They're just kind of feeling each other out a little bit.
Second serve. Point.
9-5. If you just joined us, we're at the U.S. Open. We got a timeout here called by
Nice sidewall pinch.
Michelle.
She created a left-up shot in the middle of the court. The ball jumped back into Michelle, and she pinched it left wall, front wall, away from Cindy.
9-5 is the score. And we have a timeout. Timeout to clean the wall. Not really. That's only an extra added feature. You've just joined us. This is the Echelon United States National Singles Racquetball Championships from Houston, Texas. Brought to you by the American Amateur Racquetball Association.
Right now, Michelle has edged out a little bit to a 3 or 4 point lead here. She's created some good left-up shots via some good serves. We'll try to keep the pressure on. She's coming in with that first good low drive serve.
That's skipped before it hit the wall. It's 10-5. Yeah. Kind of blocked her out. They're going to replay that one.
The ball came by too quickly by the body. Couldn't see it. That ball was left up, and Cindy couldn't. Michelle wanted to go down the right wall, but it came back too much right by her body. Blocked Cindy's vision to her shot. Therefore, it was called a hinder.
Nice kill. That makes it 11-5.
Actually, Michelle right now has Cindy flicking and retrieving too many balls. She's not getting enough solid hits on the return, setting up Michelle. Michelle's starting to get comfortable in her offensive zone and putting some balls away.
Second serve here, but you know, this has to be a little psychological too, Steve. With Cindy having never beaten Michelle, but knowing her so well, I mean, they've practiced against each other. Now falling behind 11-5.
Actually, it looks like in the rally that Michelle's putting more pace on the ball. That was a nice shot by Cindy, nice reverse pinch. But if you compare the velocity of their shots, Michelle's putting more pace on. Cindy's playing a little tentative right now. She sets up in deep court, pinches a very nice ball using the left wall, front wall. Leaves the ball in front of Michelle on 2 bounces and sign out. Cindy needs to get back in a run here. Let's see what kind of a serve she decides to throw in.
Couldn't dig it up, side out.
A little tentative in her movement right now. Michelle definitely looks more like the hitter in these rallies. Ball came back and she tried to hit it into the back wall and get it back to the front, but just too tight into the back wall.
11-5. 12-5, point on that.
Good serve. It caught the right wall, kind of cracked out for an ace serve.
3 points Paul Gilman needs to win the first game. Now it's 2. It's 13-5.
Score is 13, serving 5.
Could be a real big week for
Second serve.
Michelle, graduating from high school and possibly winning this championship. Side out. Stays 13-5. 5 serving 13 with Doyle.
Score is 5, serving 13.
Hit that on the throat of the racket. Side out.
I'm sure that serve, she wants that ball to come along the right wall to make it a difficult return, and some of these are popping out and giving Michelle too easy a setup.
Second serve.
Well, we're match for game point now. It's 14-5.
Score is 14, serving 5.
That will do it.
Great the way she slid her body into Cindy and created that down the right wall shot.
So the first one goes to Michelle Gilman, 15-5. Here's the
She pushed Cindy over to the left and drove it down the right wall for game point. Very nicely done.
winning game. Well, she took an early lead.
Here you see
There it is from another angle.
Angle. Now she kind of center court shot, but Cindy leaves it up, has to move way to the left side, down the right wall, 2 bounces, point. Game. Game to Michelle Gilman.
15-5, the score after game one. We'll be back with game two. The same two go at it again in just a moment. We're with Linda Mosier, the media director and president of the Women's Council of the American Amateur Racquetball Association. Let's talk a little bit with Linda about the participation of women. It seems to be a an up-and-coming sport for the ladies, it's very valuable for them, too.
That's right. That's right. We're finding that more and more women are beginning to incorporate racquetball as part of a total fitness routine that's excellent as an aerobic sport, which burns over 600 calories an hour, and also as a stress and weight management tool.
How much more can we grow with the women?
Oh, we have unlimited growth potential here. We have a lot of information at our national office. We have representatives in nearly every state who can help women find out where to play and how to learn. If we have, we'd like to go ahead and have people call the national office to get any additional information.
And that is in Denver, Colorado. Can you give us the number?
The number is 719-635-5396.
We give a hoot so we won't pollute.
Team up!
Join the 1T team!
Summertime means playtime, and Home Sports Entertainment has the games for you. The boys of summer are back, and that makes for some exciting summer nights with the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers. From the field to the fairway, the European PGA Tour comes to America, featuring Seve Ballesteros, Ian Woosnam, and Sandy Lyle. From abroad to down under, HSE has Australian rules football. This sport has caught the interest of many an American with its survival of the fittest style of play. Back to the American coast, it's pro beach volleyball. The best beach players in the world compete on all three coasts: California, Florida, and Texas. Special events on HSE give viewers a chance to watch their favorite sports, including high school all-star games, boxing, tennis, and more, as HSE has a great summer lineup for you.
Well, there's the score of our first game. Gilman over Doyle, 15-5. Some thoughts from Steve Strandemo looking back strategically.
Well, I think Cindy came out a little too tentative and has let Michelle, they both kind of felt each other out in the beginning. And then as they got comfortable, Michelle started to hit out on the ball and has good pace and good accuracy. And Cindy came back seemingly to me very kind of tentative and kind of punching the ball, not very aggressively. Now, I would guess that my suggestion would be to her is to come out attacking back in here, because Michelle's such a good hitter that you can't just lob serve and hope that she's going to miss shots, especially when she gets in the groove. And she feels very comfortable. Also, there's probably a psychological advantage here, too, in that if Michelle has beat her 5 or 6 times in a row, that's probably starting to take hold here again.
One thing I think that helps, really helps Michelle is she's almost 3 inches taller, and that reach is very important. Okay, we're just about set to start the second one, and serving first will be Cindy Doyle. Second game.
See if she comes in hard right off the bat here.
You had a statistic, I think, that was interesting in that first game.
Yeah, in the first game, it really worked to Cindy Doyle's disadvantage in that she skipped in. When Michelle was serving, she skipped in 8 balls in rallies that gave Michelle 8 points, which is more than half the game. Whereas when Michelle skipped in her 3 shots, it was when she was serving, so she only lost the serve, which is a pretty drastic statistic right there.
Made a big difference.
Means your one player in the championship is giving the other player more than half the points, and not even earning them. That's way too many.
Well, we're trading side outs as we did really when we started the first game before a point was scored.
It's hard for the gals and guys that hit the ball hard to get that low drive serve in. A lot of them are coming in short. That's a nice aggressive return from Cindy. She's got to get back in this thing with more aggressive shots than tentative shots. Good Z serve, steps right up into that zone, kills it in the low zone down the left wall. She's back in the service box.
Still 0, serving 0. This is Cindy Doyle.
She's going to appeal the serve. She thought it was short.
Call the serve good. An appeal. I called the serve good.
Well,
All stands, but no appeal has been used.
They thought the serve, referee called it good. She appealed that she thought it was short. As it comes over the line, it does look good right there. And the linesman upheld the referee's ruling, and it's a good serve, side out.
it's still 0, serving 0.
Much better start for Cindy right here. She looks like she's ready to attack. These two gals should be able to produce some super rallies. That steps right over there, very aggressive, drives it as Michelle's coming out of the box. Excellent return. That's a tough serve for Cindy right now because it's basically a pretty mishit serve, showing the shot down the right wall, got by Cindy.
That was put in a great spot, side out.
Serve came off the back wall. Cindy Seb great with her backhand and drove it back down that wall. Good backhand technique. Both these gals have excellent forehand and backhand technique to watch. I love the replays. Got her off the board a little bit here. She served it, got a left up shot, put the next one away. 1-0. She takes it off the back wall, drives it down the right wall, hits the right wall, cracks out, 2 bounces. She's ahead 1-0.
I believe that's the first time, it's the first time Doyle has actually been ahead.
Good serve. Cracked off the right wall. Landed right behind the short line.
2-0.
Notice if you can see it hit the crack right there. It takes 2 bounces before Michelle can get a racket on it. Point, 2-0 for Cindy Doyle.
2-0.
Getting some good pace on her serves right now. Creating another left up shot. Puts it away.
Man. 4-0.
Another good serve down that right wall. Cracks out of the back corner, can't get it. Taking an early commanding lead for Cindy Doyle. That's a great shot.
Side out.
A little higher than your normal when the ball drops down below your knee. She hit that ball up around her waist, shoulder area, and drove it down the right wall. Tremendous offensive shot. Right there, you see her make contact way up by her shoulder. Drove the ball down the right wall for a side out.
Side out. 4 serving 0 once more is Cindy Doyle, who lost the first game 15-5, leads this one.
You're mentioning about the reach of Michelle. That was great. It showed exactly that reach up in there where she stretched way up with her backhand and drove it back down the left wall.
That's a good shot, and it puts Michelle Gilman on the scoreboard here in the second game. 1 serving 4. Well, it was a point for Michelle, but we saw some nice acrobatics from Cindy.
She takes this ball and kills it flat out, right in front. Good forehand, good technique. She drives that elbow in, then she gets extension at contact. That's what gets both Michelle and Cindy the tremendous power that they can generate.
Side out.
Side out, rule to skip.
See where Michelle and her serve's now trying to jam the ball back around her a little bit, back into Cindy's body, and actually creating some pretty nice left-up shots for herself. Hinder ball, she was going to go to the back wall and try to get that ball, and it was left up off the back wall too, and she just got a little tangled up with Michelle right there. Couldn't see it right there, and the referee called hinder shot. Replay the point. Nice pinch off the side wall. Went to the back wall, set up very nicely, and pinched it using the right wall and then going into the front wall. There she goes. Watch Michelle, though. The key thing there also is watch Michelle, the defender, watch Cindy make contact. It's such an important fundamental that players watching the telecast could pick up on. The other player, defender, watching the offensive player make contact with the shot.
What do you know if there are any ISOs that you want? If there's anything on one of the players or something like that, if you want to have us do an ISO.
5 serving 2. And nice save, and really it's been 2 different games for Cindy Doyle. She is now up 6-2 as the replay of the last one. Last point she scored. Went and got it.
Nice pinch, and then she got it. It's a great shot for Cindy up and down that left wall.
Second serve.
Nice pinch shot right there off the left up shot.
Score 7, serving 2.
It's a nice side out right there. It's so difficult for the players. Mentioned that we're going to watch the serving motion of Cindy Doyle. She lets the ball drop so low, drives her elbow in, gets extension, then pulls herself out of the service box, and watching Michelle.
Oh, nice
That's
shot.
a tough backhand.
Side out, 7-2.
The shot comes off the back wall. She chooses not to cut it off. Drives it right down the left wall. There it is again. Good backhand. Watch her technique. She drives that shoulder through right down the wall.
Score 7, serving 2.
That's a point, 8-2.
Well, change in momentum here right now. Looks like this carries itself through. We could have a tremendous, exciting tiebreaker in this match.
Michelle Gilman. That's her first timeout this game.
And a timeout called by Gilman. 8-2 in favor of Doyle. And we will take a timeout as well, returning into game number 2 of this Women's Championship in the Open Division in just a moment.
recommended name in racquetball.
Greg Lucas with racquetball expert Steve Strandemo as we are at the AARA Racquetball Championships, the U.S. Open. This is the Women's Open Division. You saw the score.
Good shot again. If you watch Cindy's serve, she gets down really low. Now watch her follow the ball out and watch. She sees Michelle make contact with the return. Tremendous. Then goes to the corner to hit her shot. Getting fired up. 9-2 lead.
That's right. She lost the first one. 5-15. Side out. 2 serving 9. This is Michelle Gilman. Here's the last one.
There's a nice shot off the back wall. Michelle's ready, drives the ball cross court. Great angle. Cindy was in good position back and behind the dotted line, but the ball just was too well angled.
Michelle Gilman serving from Ontario, Oregon.
He holds the racket
and
up.
Wasn't ready. Had the racket up. Do that serve over. Michelle from Ontario, Oregon was the runner-up in this tournament a year ago. Oh, that almost looked easy. 3 serving 9.
Is another good low drive serve. She gets down really low. And you see Cindy step over into the left corner and drive the ball.
Just kind of shoved it over. Michelle got the point. 3 serving 9. Second serve, that was short.
Second serve.
Great shot.
Side out.
Good shot down that wall. Takes 2 bounces just before the back wall. Michelle couldn't get to it.
There's a skip.
3 serving 9.
Still 3 serving 9. This is the 7th year that the U.S. National Championships have been held here at the Houston Downtown YMCA. That's a skip. Side out, double fault.
9 serving 3.
I think that's our first double fault.
Great serve.
And it's 10 serving 3.
Low drive down the right. I don't know if we can see it, but it just cracked off right after the solid second line. Cracked out for an ace serve.
That was a skip, so it's 11 serving 3. Ball hit the floor before it made contact with the back wall. Going to redo it, considering a bad bounce off the window. There's a window on the far end of the court. In fact, one of our cameras is the one you're looking at right now. And if it hits right on the edge, it can take a bad bounce. So they're going to replay it.
It was a nice shot. She had her pushed off to the right side just a little bit and took that backhand down the left wall.
12.
You notice how she slides Michelle to the right. Michelle's got to get out of the way because if she blocks a straight shot to the front wall, it's an avoidable hinder. Point for Cindy Doyle.
That skip. Boy, what a difference the 2 games have been. This is 13 serving 3.
This is so much of a momentum game. Nice shot from Michelle off the back wall. Just aimed that thing a little bit too low and caught the floor before it hit the front wall. But it is a tremendous momentum game. And once Cindy had it and gained it this game, she's maintained it all the way through, and looks like she's going to carry it into the tiebreaker. There's a shot for it right there. That probably could be a point hinder.
Yeah.
Point hinder because of the fact that Cindy had a very good offensive shot. And because of Michelle's positioning, she couldn't get to that shot right here. So therefore, it took away the offensive shot and was a point hinder.
So the point
giving
goes
her the
up.
point.
Yeah, it's 14-3 now, so this is a game point. Skipped it, and that's it. So it's 15-3, and we're all even. So after
There it is again. Michelle has some good shots. It's a good get right there. Good offensive setup. Cindy was in good position. She just drove it into the floor. Actually got very close to the right wall, and it was tough to pick off. So it was a tougher, once we saw it on the side wall, it was a tougher shot than it looked.
she had several skips. Well, stay with us because coming up next will be the 11-point tiebreaker to determine the champion in the women's singles open division on HSE. Greg Lucas here along with Luke St. Ons, the executive director of the American Amateur Racquetball Association. Luke, what's going on with the organization these days?
This has been a real banner year for our sport. We became a full medal sport in the Pan American Games. We became a full medal sport in the Olympic Festival this summer in Oklahoma City. And above all, we became a Group A member within the United States Olympic Committee. This lends our sport the credibility that it needs to take it to every part of the United States. And above all, we're dealing in the mental and physical well-being of our people. And racquetball, as you well know, is a lifetime sport, and we're very, very excited to be a part of these tremendous events that will spread the word. We are interested very much in having people contact us concerning any part of the sport, and they can contact us at 815 North Weather, Colorado Springs, Colorado, 80903.
Racquetball Singles Championships, the AARA. Bringing this to you from Houston, Texas, and we're all set for the tiebreaker. As you can see, Michelle Gilman winning the first game, Cindy Doyle the second. Some of the action from that first game.
That shows that the point hinder. And that's good for players to see that they can't take the offensive shot. They have a big responsibility. When a player hits the shot, they've got to get out of the way and give their opponent the rightful offensive shot. When that doesn't happen, it should turn into a point hinder. It's a tough call, and but it's a necessary call to keep the flow of the action going. Could be a good final. They're both strong players. They both got a game, each winning a game they got out of their system. They got their bad game maybe out of their system, and these first few points could be very interesting.
Otto Dietrich, the referee, looking on from high atop the court. That's the voice you hear in the background, signaling the calls, making the call signals, scoring. And we're just about set to go. Cindy Doyle will be serving to start this tiebreaker. This is an 11-point tiebreaker. Now, as we mentioned, actually, Michelle had a tiebreaker yesterday. In fact, Michelle had a tough time getting to the finals because she had to go 15-13 to beat Kay Kuhlfeld in the first game, then lost 10-15, then took the tiebreaker 11-1. And Cindy Doyle was on a roll, beating Tony Bevelock 15-9, 15-5. Full medal sport in Pan American Games. That's right, racquetball. In fact, we'll be seeing a Pan American gold medalist in the men's championship, which will be coming up later on. Well, they start fresh. Otto explaining to the crowd exactly the situation. It's an 11-point tiebreaker. Timeouts can be called.
Great shot to start off by Michelle. She had Cindy pushed over on the right side, and she took it down the left wall very nicely. See what kind of a serve she starts this game off with.
Second serve, a little long. Got it.
That's a great shot for players to see that when you have your opponent push back in the back left corner, that the rightful shot is to hit the left wall first on a pinch shot. Your opponent's in the back left, pinch the left wall first, away from your opponent.
That's a skip, side out. 0 serving 1.
0 serving 1.
That was a great shot.
Side out. Or check that point. She was already serving 1-1.
Good serve. That was one of the good serves that she got in there. Pinched that thing so tight out of that right corner. Took many bounces before it got to Michelle. She also appealed that Michelle did not get the one previous to that and then pinched another one in for a winner. So either way, she was in command of that rally.
Remember, these two have been doubles partners for a while, but in singles play, Cindy Doyle in the black has never defeated Michelle Gillen in 4 or 5 tournament matches.
That's a good shot down the right wall.
Side out, we're still at 1-1.
That's a great back wall technique right there by Michelle. Ball dies behind Cindy for a side out. Coming off the back wall again. Boy, that's flat. That is a flat winner.
2-1.
Michelle's starting to show a little emotion here. This is a great replay right here. Look at that racket set up. Look at that elbow coming down through. That thing is flat on the front wall. Cross court kill.
Another nice
Michelle's
shot.
starting to show a little bit of emotion, get fired up. She can sense this, that if she can jump out to this lead and maybe get a 4 or 5 point spread on this. That's a great swing. She sets up back in here and just nails that thing. She wants more. Michelle had her shot in the middle too, just left it back up again.
Side out.
One thing to note on the low drive serves is that their target, here's a replay of Cindy's forehand. Good shot in front of Michelle. They have such a small target to hit on the front wall. That's a great ace.
Ooh.
They probably have a target to hit on the front wall in the low drive serves. It's only about 3 or 4 inches high and about 5 inches wide. So many of these serves are going to be short. And if they miss a little high, it's going to come off the back wall. Very tough to serve a good low drive serve. That's a great shot there. To get it into the court and then keep it from coming off the back wall.
3 now, serving 2 on the side out.
It does land right behind the solid line. Good crossover step by Michelle and hits it for a winner.
It's 4 serving 2. You know, that's the biggest change, I think, with Michelle from game 2. She is...
Sets up on this backhand, drives the ball. Look at that good straight arm follow through. Gets her whole body into the swing. Important here that you see these gals, they swing with their body first and their arm second, so therefore they should eliminate arm problems. A lot of racquetball players swing a lot with their arm first, body second. Put a big throb on that arm.
Second serve. Can't get to it. Side out with a 2 serving 4.
Sometimes it's not a matter of how well you hit it, but more or less where you hit it. Right now, it kind of came off of Cindy's racket, little forehand flick shot. Now you notice it coming up right here. Here's where she wins the rally right here. Flicks a little bit to the left. 2 bounces before Michelle can get it.
4.
Three serving 4.
Shows it again. Right there, Cindy could have cut the ball off as it went through the middle. Decided to let it come off the back wall. Pinched it left wall, front wall for a point in front of Michelle.
Serving 4.
Well, nice effort.
She goes down for it, but that ball bounced twice in front of her.
4 serving 3. Again, this is the tiebreaker.
Good technique in there. Dies in front of Cindy. She goes for it. Can't quite get it.
Score is 4. Serving 3.
It's a tough call right there because she starts along the left wall. Steps out a little bit to try to give Cindy a little bit of visibility, but that wasn't seen until the ball came by Michelle's body, so therefore had to call it a screen.
Perfectly placed. It's 5 serving 3.
Right there, she comes up to short hop. It has Cindy on the left, drives it right down the right wall. Perfect kill. A lot of times it's not, again, how great you hit shots, but knowing where your opponent is. If you can hit it away from your opponent for 2 bounces, that's the key.
Nope, skipped it. Kind of let up on it.
Not the time to get tentative right now. She played the second game so well. In this kind of a battle, you got to go in there and just keep hitting.
Doyle calls for and gets a timeout, trailing 3-6.
Quality of play is so good that, especially with Michelle hitting that well, Cindy can hit just as well, that both of them stay in the rally and continue to attack each other.
U.S. had a good 1988.
Where's it at, Barb?
And in fact, team positions are up for grabs in this tournament that we have here.
Great backhand right there. Right there, Cindy a little tentative right there. That ball came right back up to her as a left up shot.
Okay, let's get ready to play again, ladies.
The short game to 11, 6-3. It's a pretty good spread. Cindy can't let her get a couple more. It just might be out of her reach.
These are young ladies, both 18 and 19 respectively. They've been playing for a while. Michelle Gilman has been playing for 8.5 years. She's just 18.
There's a nice shot.
And Doyle has been playing since she was 7. Never too young.
There's a shot right to there. Backhand off the back wall. Sets up. Nails it. Good shot. Pinch that ball. Left wall, front wall. There was a return. Now we'll see it again back in here. Michelle's in good position, and she's watching her. She comes in. Sidewall pinches that thing. Wants points, needs to get back in there and get some good serves in.
Well, very disgusted now is Cindy.
Well, she's a little disappointed because she had created the left up shot right flat in the middle of the court, and all she needed to do is pinch it and keep it down in front, and couldn't do it.
7-3. You can hear Michelle psyching herself up on the court.
Here's a great shot down the right wall. Flat again. Bottom board on the front wall. Bounced many times before it got back into center court.
Well, 8-3, so she's 3 points away, and she's trying to keep herself psyched. You see her talking to herself.
This is when a good player can close out the game. They've got to lead. They're in a championship, and now it's time to get those final 3 points in. There's a shot for her. She had it too. Cindy hung in there tough, though. I mean, at a point in there where she sits there, ball came right back into center court. Nice left-up shot, and she re-killed it down the left wall. It's exactly what you want to do. She does need a couple points in there. She's got to close this gap a little bit, maybe bring it into 8-5, 8-6.
There's the big difference. She is, in this tiebreaker, Gilman's not missing, not skipping the ball.
When you get to the quality of play like this, is that when you serve a ball off the back wall like this and you take Michelle, who's got a great forehand, too easy a return. Too many are going to turn into side outs.
Not going to make it. And it's 9-3.
It's great that Michelle kept Cindy pushed on the left wall the whole time to create that whole open lane down the right shot. Didn't take a great shot down there. She stayed off the back wall and got her point.
Second serve.
That might be a hinder. Now they're going to go with the point.
It was close. Cindy kind of got caught back in behind her. So she kind of made her move up, and then the ball got by. If she just stayed back a little bit, then she could have probably come in behind Michelle and got to that ball.
Well, this is the tiebreaker and match point.
Match point championship.
Last year, Michelle Gilman was runner-up in this tournament, trying to go one stop better.
That's it. She got it. She got it.
So Michelle Gilman
played very strong match.
Gilman wins it by a count of 15-5, 3-15, and the tiebreaker 11-3. So not only did she graduate from high school this week, she wins a national championship.
See the replay of this. She comes in, kind of slides, gets caught, kind of gets jammed up. Now she returns it, left up shot. Now she takes it cross court, good backhand, gets fired up. She has a championship. Right there again, cross court, ball dies before it jumps back into Cindy's area, and championship Michelle Gilman.
Well,
tremendous
she keeps
effort.
her record intact. Cindy Doyle still looking for a win over her doubles teammate. We'll be back with some thoughts about this one, the presentations, words down on the court after we pause for these words. There's the final score. Michelle Gilman winning at 15-5, 3-15, 11-3. And let's go down now to the area next to the court where Otto Dietrich will be handling the presentations. We'll also be hearing from the winners and the runner-up a little bit later on. But let's go down to the court.
And now Luc St. Onge, the Executive Director of the American Amateur Racquetball Association, will make the medal presentation. First medal goes to Cindy Doyle from Buffalo, New York, the second place runner-up in the U.S. National Singles Championship. Now Mr. St. Onge will make the gold medal presentation to Michelle Gilman from Ontario, Oregon, the U.S. National Singles Champion, the Women's Open Division. Mr. St. Onge is now presenting the sweatshirts to the ladies as emblematic of their membership on the U.S. national team.
Michelle, congratulations.
Thank you.
It must be a nice ring to be the women's national champion.
Finally.
And you got your high school diploma this week?
Monday.
A good week for you.
Yeah.
You started out very strong in the first game. Cindy came back pretty strong in the second game. What was your game plan going into the third game?
Into the third game, I knew that I had to keep her serve under control because her serving was what was beating me. I was getting to the serve, but I wasn't doing anything with it. And then I would get shots and I would leave them up or do something with it that I shouldn't have been. So in the third game, just basically was get her serve, make a good return, and then play the rally like I should have been the second game.
You did an excellent job. Congratulations.
Thank you.